It's that Little Gay Talk Show, Houston's hot mess of a podcast. A funny but thoughtful look at the LGBTQIA+ community.
Hello and welcome to another episode of That Little Gay Talk Show. I am your host, Joel Tatum.
And I'm your co-host, Julio Briseño. I can do clap sounds, by the way. I don't know if you noticed the last video, I added a clap sound effects because I was clapping for you. Bitch, it was cute. We're gonna start adding that little clap. Little audience.
Okay, it was cute. I thought it was kind of cute.
You heard it? You did
it? I watched it and I was like, okay, the first time you loaded it, I was like, something's wrong.
There's a lot of people in my house.
It just feels off. And then when you sent me a text and you're like, oh, by the way, I had to take it down because I saw it the night before and then I went to work that morning. So when you texted me, I was at work. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because when I uploaded the first one, I accidentally deleted something from one of the plugins for the Final Cut Pro, and then so anytime a title will come up, it just showed up as a huge error message on the video, and I was just like, we're not posting that. So I had to take it down and then go back and use other title settings and plugins and then re-upload it again. Girl, it was I was over it. I was over our last episode, but I almost was like, you know what, fuck it. But I was like, no, we're better than that. Yeah.
I mean, it happens, and it's not a big issue because I had a little bit of an issue. I had an issue with Dropbox. Oh. And trying to get it to work, and for some reason, it crashed on my computer.
Oh, no.
So I had to go through and figure out what happened.
Not on your Windows XP.
Windows XP? Bitch, ain't nobody use Windows XP in 20 years.
What was the one before XP? It was like one of those.
What was it? It was Windows. No,
Windows Vista.
Windows Vista. Not Windows Vista, girl. The most awful of Windows ever invented.
Girl, bye.
I was like, oh my God, please take this off my computer.
And that's why I'm a Mac girl. That's why I switched my life over to the Mac ecosystem because I thrive there, and I'm that girl there. I wouldn't go back to Windows. It's like going back to your ex. No, we're not doing that. Not in 2022.
No, not in 2022.
Or 23 or 24, 25, 26. Girl.
But you just switched over to MacBook.
Not really. I've actually had it ever since I had my iPhone.
Really?
Yeah. I recently bought a new MacBook, but I had my older one that just couldn't keep up with the footage from the new camera. So once I upgraded my camera, I had to pretty much update the rest of the stuff that could handle the 4K footage. The last... Like, my iPad couldn't handle it, and then my old MacBook was like, girl, don't even try with me. Bitch,
you plugged her in, and she said
what? Yeah.
It's too big. No.
It's like, no, daddy.
No, daddy.
So I was like, girl. So I ended up selling her, and then got me the other one. Yeah. And that one, bitch, so the M1 Pro chip, ooh, she is quick.
She's a power bottom.
Literally. You can throw anything out of her. She'll be like, what? And what a baddie. I handle my beads.
I could take 2 or 3 at once.
Literally, she can. She can. She's exciting to work with. That bitch is powerful.
Okay, but just to put it out there, when we say she, we mean on a non-binary level.
Right. We name our objects have genders.
Yes, our objects have genders, but they are not cisgender.
This microphone says she. Yes. Right, they're she. We refer to them with terms of endearment. But
you know what? I don't call any of myself she. All my names have boy names. I'm like,
and I picked it up from friends that would do that, and I was like, I thought it was funny. I saw it comical that you can refer to an object as a he or she. Like, girl, she be doing the most. You ever argue with objects like they fall or they do something they like? If you're cooking and something falls, you're like, girl, really? Why are you gonna fall? You know I'm trying to work with you. Like, I argue with objects. I
argue with my computer.
Don't question my mental health. Just know that it helps me help you help me.
I swear to God, if it wasn't for I argued a lot with my
imaginary friend
with my computer during 2020. So, yeah, we had a lot of arguments.
Girl, you argued with her. You moaned with her.
We moaned with her. We laughed together. We cried together. We made love 4 or 5 times a day. 4 or 5 times a day.
And that concludes this episode.
Thank you. That actually concludes.
Ma'am, that's enough.
Don't worry.
That's the end. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Don't worry. That ended 2020.
Has it though?
That ended 2020. So,
Girl.
and we still dealing with all the. Girl, we still dealing with all the. You know what?
All the bullshit.
Every time I turn around, somebody, girl, my cousins come down with Omicron, this and that, blah blah. Everybody's coming down with Omicron.
Oh, fuck Omicron.
These are the people
I will
who.
say though, I get this feeling like it's mixed crowd of like some people legit got Omicron, and then some people just got the flu, but they mistake it for Omicron. I'm like, girl, you got the flu. There's a difference, mamas.
Yeah, exactly. But everybody's turning around sick, and a lot of people that I know. I mean, one girl I know, everybody at her job had it.
Yeah. Oh.
And only 3 people didn't.
Come
And
on.
they were so
Spreader.
short. Yeah, they were so short staffed. It was.
Spreader event.
So y'all need to be a little bit more.
Okay, just at me next time because
exactly.
that happened at our job. Like low key, so a bunch of our coworkers got sick. They couldn't come back, and they were gone for a good 10 days to a point where my manager was like, "I think I need to bring in some volunteers until they come back." And thank God, one by one came back right in time for New Year, so he didn't have to go out of his way. But he almost did, girl.
Because that would have been.
Girl, that would have sucked. And then having to work around new people again, people that know what the fuck they're doing. I mean, they knew what they were doing bartending wise, but like the system, how we operate, how we.
Yeah, exactly.
So
They don't have a problem with making drinks. They just have a problem with trying to figure out
that part.
the other part, which is the electronics and where everything's placed and all that other crap.
Okay, so girl, transitioning. How was your week? Since we last spoke. Last time we spoke was last Wednesday, right?
Yep.
And last Wednesday was the 20-something?
Yep.
The 29th. So it was right before New Year's
And
Eve.
And we lost Miss Betty White,
We sure
which I was
did. Rest in peace to the
just
whole...
a few weeks to her 100th birthday. Can you believe that?
You know, she has a documentary coming out about being 100. They're going to go ahead and release it anyways. I mean, they weren't anticipating her dying a few days before her birthday, so... Or not her birthday, before the New Year. What is her birthday?
Sometime in January.
Okay.
Couple of weeks in
It's
January.
coming up.
I know Pluto was doing like a whole Betty White 100 something. There's a lot of a lot of stuff was doing a lot of stuff when her 100th birthday rolled around.
That lady has spent the majority of her life on television. That's crazy.
I know. And just the nicest, sweetest person on the planet. She was very big into civil rights. She was very big into LGBTQ rights.
Good.
She told a funny story, which I'm trying to remember if it's true, but I think it is pretty true. She was at the GLAAD Awards, and she was telling the story of the Golden Girl days when she was doing Golden Girls. And she said all the gays at the gay bars would, as soon as the Golden Girls came on the Saturday night, or it was a Friday or Saturday night, I can't remember which one. As soon as they came on, all the music stopped, the dancing stopped, and everybody gathered around the TV for 30 minutes and watched an episode of the Golden Girls.
Back in those days,
yeah,
girl.
and then as soon as it was over, they go right back to doing what they were doing.
That part.
You could be in mid fellatio, and as soon as you hear "Thank
Golden
you for
Girl.
being a friend,"
Can you imagine that?
yeah, exactly. Oh, wait,
Golden Girl.
Golden Girls is on.
Wait, Poppy.
Hold it, Poppy. We'll come back in a minute. I gotta see what Blanche is up to this week.
Girl. Although that was pretty normal back in those days. This is like before streaming, social media, before you can catch the episode on YouTube. Like, it's like people would stop for certain events and watch them on TV at bars and clubs.
You know what? We used to watch Queer as Folk.
On TV.
JRs used to play Queer as Folk.
I did not know that.
Yeah, back in the day. And like I said, music would stop and they would play Queer as Folk.
Nice.
And then RuPaul's Drag Race came along, of course.
Yep. And they started it.
And they started doing that. So it's been a long tradition of any show that was centered with either a diva or gay characters, which was very rare for a lot of time.
No,
yeah.
there's like a TikTok conspiracy that Sex and the City was the remake of Golden Girls.
Oh, and just like that?
But the more modern, updated version. And then some people went as far as saying if you actually Photoshop the Golden Girls hairstyles onto the new girls, it's like they look, the similarities are there.
Well, the ages are similar. So, and just like that, all the girls are pretty much around the same age as most of the Golden Girls when they started out.
Literally.
But you can tell from a modern perspective, when I look at the Golden Girls now, that was the look for the 80s.
Yes.
And when you look at it now, it's like, oh my God, they're so old. But, and then you look at, and just like that, and these are women who are the same age, but they look more modern. Even though they're older, they look more modern, and you know, everything else. And I think it really has to do with socioeconomics too, because when you think about it, the Golden Girls weren't like super rich. You know,
they lived comfortably.
They lived comfortably, but they all had to live together to live comfortably. So they couldn't live. They couldn't live by themselves.
One was divorced, one was widowed, one
exactly.
was like just single all her life, things of that nature. So
yeah. So they socioeconomically they were not rich, you know. Whereas and just like that, the characters are well off, you know, so they can afford to do certain things to their faces, and you know, this week's episode, Carrie had a hip injury, but this is how they explained it. Instead of having her like break a hip, this is how they explained
she had
it.
Sex in it.
She had a congenital hereditary disease of the hip. And you know, it was a good episode. Don't get me wrong. The writing is getting better. I think people need to be a little bit patient with this show.
On HBO, I think, right?
Yeah, it's on HBO Max.
God, I got HBO now, so I got to log in and watch it.
I will tell you this. The writing is getting better.
Okay.
The characters are starting to gel. Some of the characters, they've added a lot of new faces.
Amanda, was the redhead, the one that was Miranda, and Sarah Jessica Parker's role. Those two girls in real life don't get along. I did not know that. They had like out for each other type shit, but they had to, you know, luckily they're actresses, so they had to play it off on the show. But in real life, them bitches hated each other. Well, to a point that she didn't want to come back to the current show.
Well, Kim Cattrall is not on the show.
No,
she is not on the show. She stated that she will never be on the show. And I miss Samantha's presence.
She made the presence on that show.
I miss her presence. Don't get me wrong. It's still a good show. I think it's still a good show. I think that the problem is that people were a little confused by the characters and the fact that they think the characters should be the same way that they were back in the day. But that's not how But that's not how people grow and change.
They do.
You can't have characters act the same way they did 20 to 30 years ago.
True. And they've put her in relationships before too. The Miranda character, they've put her in relationships, but she just thrives better as being a hoe. Like for some reason, it just fits her character. And I'm sorry,
Samantha,
that bitch.
Okay. Miranda's not a hoe. Miranda will.
Girl, I'm on a few hours of sleep as we speak.
Yeah, so Miranda will kick a hoe out of bed and then read them the filth.
Period. And let them have it.
But Samantha, no.
That's what I'm talking about. Samantha. So the character who plays Samantha and Jessica, Sarah Parker.
Kim Cattrall.
Sarah Jessica Parker. Yeah, Kim Cattrall. And what was the other girl?
Kim Cattrall. Then you have David. I think it's Nancy Davis. But
no, that's not Nancy Davis.
Okay.
If you say her name, I'll be like, oh, yeah, that one.
We're not going to get the names right.
Girl, we have to Google this. That's sad. We're sad gay men.
You know what, though? I watched a lot of stuff on YouTube, and I have seen people literally have to Google on the air when they're trying to, it's Kristen Davis.
That is her real name.
Yeah,
Sarah Jessica.
Davis.
No, Sarah Jessica Parker is her real fucking
Sarah
name.
Jessica Parker is her real. Where are you, girl?
I kept thinking it was her character name, but no, her character name is
Carrie Bradshaw.
There you go. And then Sarah Jessica Parker plays her, and then Kim Cattrall plays Samantha. Boom. We figured it out, guys. You can roast us.
Okay.
Please roast us. Please come for us. Please, bitch, make us look stupid. Okay. I encourage it.
Just to throw this out here a little bit. You know what? He had an extremely busy night last night. He works at a bar. They're open late. He had an extremely busy night for Monday or a Tuesday?
A Tuesday.
For a Tuesday night. And so he's a little out of it.
But, I am. I've not been getting good sleep lately, so I've been doing my best.
Well, there are two reasons not to get good sleep. One of them is a happy reason.
One of them was just lack of sleep.
And the other one is just a lack of sleep.
And that's what the other one was.
Well, both of them are a lack of sleep, but it's just...
No, my sleeping schedule's been thrown off lately. Like, my body will wake up earlier than normal, and I can't go back to sleep. Like, for example... I have bartending hours, so I get home between 3 and 4 in the morning. I don't go to bed till 4 or 5 in the morning, and then I don't wake up till the afternoon. The afternoon time is typically anytime after 10:30 is when I wake up. Lately, I've been waking up like right at.
Oh, we got an incoming call.
On a Wednesday at 3 o'clock.
And guess who it is?
Who?
It's Randy.
Let's answer her real quick.
Let's answer her real quick.
Let me put on the headphones for this one so we can hear.
Hello, girl. What's going on?
Hello. Who is this?
Hey, Randy. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
Good. We're on the air. We're recording. What's going on, girl?
Miss Randy, how you doing, mamas? Okay, Queen.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's
a pleasure. It's an
pleasure. It's an honor.
We were going to introduce a legendary queen, famous in her own world, whatever that is.
That's the lady Miss Randy.
She is the queen of the bookstore. She is your hot. She is
no,
your
you
glory
didn't.
hole diva.
Oh no, she didn't.
Popper's
No, what you heard about Willis?
She is your coronavirus Miss US of A 2019.
Oh no, ma'am.
She's that girl.
Hey, girl.
No, bitch, I'm not Marlo Thomas.
Hi, ma'am. How you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm good. I was just calling to tell y'all not to call so soon because my phone was charging. But and
Here now, girl. We gonna keep you while we go to.
I done kicked the hornet's nest apparently.
Yes, you did, girl. Because we were going to call you in about maybe 20 minutes.
No, I want her on now.
But-
Miss Randy, what are you doing right now, honey?
What am I doing? Oh, girl, I'm living the dream.
Period.
I'm watching TV.
Ooh, what you watching, girl?
And by TV, I mean
Porn.
television, not
Porn.
transvestite.
Oh my gosh. Miss Randy, what are you watching on TV? We were just actually talking about TV shows right as you were calling.
You know what? I'm rewatching the last season of Ozark because there's a new season coming, girl.
Oh, she's excited about Ozark. You know Ozark.
Yeah, I
I've
saw
heard of-
season 1 and I was like tapped out because they didn't come. It took a while to get the season 2 to come out or
Yeah.
season whatever they're on.
Yeah, it's taken. They have taken a long breaks in between.
They literally take a year
Yeah,
off,
good production,
like Lost in Space. Like Lost in Space, girl.
Girl.
Lost in Space takes forever to come back on Netflix.
You know, it just came out. It's been 3 years since the last episode.
Oh damn!
Yeah, it's been 3
Right?
years.
Yeah,
3 years.
and so I'm like, what are you people doing?
We getting old waiting for all these scenes.
Miss Randy, have you been out to the bars lately, honey?
Me?
Yes, you.
No. No, you know what?
Tell them where you live,
No.
girl.
I live in Crosby.
Out in BFE?
I live 34 miles away
In BFE.
from Hurricane.
The nearest gay bar is
In Houston.
in Houston, probably in Humble, because there's a couple.
There's some in the
Yeah,
Woodlands.
there's a
and
couple in the
Humble area.
Woodlands and Humble. So,
Well, I can report.
You got that
That's
country
it.
trade out there, girl?
There are, okay, here's the tea. Now, don't tell
Spill it.
anybody.
Nobody. Nobody.
Don't
gonna know.
Tell anybody. Because this tea is hot.
okay, girl.
Okay, there's a bar out here that's very popular. It's been on the news. I won't say what it is,
Right.
the name of the bar. But it's owned by two gay men who have been lovers, as the French say, since high school.
What?
And they're married. They married women, but they own the bar together.
Oh wow!
And they've been known to secretly.
They've been on the local news.
Really? So they were married to women, or are they still married to women?
They're married
What's
to
the name
women.
of the bar? Brokeback Cosby?
Not me. You not. Don't get me.
Don't get her caught up in all
I'm
that
not in the
mess.
mix. Don't put me in the mix.
She still likes to go to the bar, so she ain't trying to get banned.
She, Miss Randy is about talking about the tea, but she's not going to tell you the manufacturer
Oh,
of the tea.
fuck
Yeah.
that.
And she will not
Well, at
tell
least
you.
not on air. I don't
At least
blame
not
her.
on air.
Not on air.
We'll find it out. She'll tell me later.
I'm gonna need the name of when we get off the phone, off the air, bitch. I need to know the name, the address. Is there Yelp reviews we can?
You
look?
know what?
And
You know what, Randy? What we should do?
What's it?
You and I need to. We need to drive out there.
To that bar?
Yes.
confront the two gay lovers. We done heard y'all love each other.
Oh no! Let me tell you something.
Randy told me.
Let me tell you something about clocking. Because bitch, I clocked one of them the first time I met him. I clocked. I was like, "Oh, how you doing?" And he was like, "How are you?" I'm like,
Okay.
I'm just fine, sissy.
Okay.
Trying to hide. You can't hide from me. You can't hide that light under a bushel thing.
Okay.
It's too pink and bright.
Oh Lord, she said pink and bright, y'all.
Oh, period.
She said pink and bright. It's just like the night sky.
And he knew. He, of course, I don't care because I don't have a stake in the game. But he knew that I clocked him the minute I saw him.
Okay.
He just
You're like, I know the tea. And you ain't going to fool me, mamas.
So,
Nope.
here's a question: how far away is the bar from where you live?
probably a mile and a half.
Really?
That's a short Uber ride, girl.
Girl, that is a short Uber ride.
So what else goes on in this set bar?
Well, I'm not going out nowhere because I'm a crime.
Because of Omicron.
I'm a Karen.
We gonna call Omicron everything else but what it is.
Okay, I'm a Korean.
I'm a crime being bitch.
There we go. Omicron and then Fitch.
A crime being bitch.
I'm sorry. Omicron and Fitch.
And listen, you don't have to stand outside the store with a shirt off. You need to put a shirt on and a mask too.
Okay.
Girl, you came for it today, didn't you? You just came for it. You were just gonna call and say, "Girl, I'm just gonna have to charge up the phone, so y'all gonna have to call me later." But you,
girl, my phone's running out of charge. Don't get it twisted.
Okay.
Well,
we still have an issue.
Okay, well, we just gonna run it down a little bit, and then when it's almost dead, then we're gonna let you go.
Yeah, let's run it down to the battery dies.
Let's run it down to the battery gets to
So what else goes on in this club? Like,
well, he hasn't.
I don't know. I don't know.
He just knows that it's down the road.
I haven't been since last year, but I know what I know.
Oh, you went last year?
She been to
Oh,
it.
honey,
That's what she
I
said.
haven't
She
been
walked
there.
in and clocked in though.
Wait a minute. You have not.
Oh, that was last year. Actually, it was when the whole.
Is there like a secret knock or something that we have to?
No. It's not a gay bar.
It's an open gay bar.
See, that's the T. No, it's not.
It's not a gay bar. It's a straight bar.
See,
owned by
that's
two
why the T is
quote
so
unquote
high.
straight men. And the two owners are lovers. Yeah.
The two owners
But
are.
Randy's heard stories about shit that goes down.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no. And I wish them all the best success. But I have to say I am judging just a little bit because we're grown folks,
Right.
and at this point we shouldn't be using and abusing women and not letting them know
Okay.
who we are.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
And we
Live your truth.
these people have children. You're
Right.
I don't mean no harm to anybody. I am definitely judging. Trust and believe. I am judging.
Right. Now, do you think the wives
don't
are
have
not
no
in on it?
business. You don't have no business as a gay man. Fucking people's lives. Like these two are. Yes, you got women and children involved.
Now,
And
can I ask a question, Randy?
you can ask me anything, honey. I'm an open book.
What ages are we talking about with this couple?
They're in their mid-30s.
Oh, they're in their mid-30s.
Oh, they're young still.
They're
Yes,
young
these
still.
are not. these are not old queens.
Oh,
And they grew up with Will and Grace and all that. You know, all these acceptable Sex in the City, and even, you know, we grew up with shows like that. And, you know, our generation shouldn't be doing that kind of shit. You know, this is for old people.
Yeah,
like in their 70s.
Randy, we were just talking about Golden Girls. How you feel about Miss Betty White leaving us?
Oh, I feel terrible.
That lady was
what a sweet lady.
Yes, legend, icon.
Nobody had anything bad to say about her.
I mean, no one has anything bad. Even TikTok. And these people fight all the time.
Yeah, these
people fight all the time. Between all the thirst traps, it's so much fighting on TikTok. It's ridiculous. But they all got together.
They did.
They all came together for their love of Miss Betty White.
Internet loves Miss Betty White.
I mean,
I don't blame them.
I don't blame them either.
Who couldn't love her? She was amazing.
That's like going off on Dolly Parton. You don't do that.
Oh,
you do not. I will.
Not
let me tell you
Dolly
something.
Parton.
Let me stand up.
Oh, she means it.
Oh.
She means it.
I'm getting close to the camera here. Let me tell y'all something right now.
Tell them.
I will come for you if you come for Miss Dolly Parton.
You heard that, Jolene?
I have no problem with that.
Do you hear that, Jolene?
I will come for you. Anybody who disses Miss Dolly Parton in any way, shape, or form, I will be coming for you.
I agree.
Period.
I agree. Shampoo and conditioner.
Shampoo and conditioner. Yes, ma'am. I will wash you right out of my hair.
Period. Now, have y'all heard about the conspiracy theories about Miss Dolly Parton? How she doesn't, her real hair color is not blonde, and we all know she wears wigs, but there's also a conspiracy theory that she actually has a sleeve of tattoos, allegedly.
She probably does.
No, I think it's psoriasis.
Okay.
I do.
Because she's always wearing long sleeves, always.
Yeah, always wearing long sleeves because she's hiding skin condition. It may be psoriasis, or it may be, dermatitis or whatever.
That might be,
but that's what I think it is.
Yeah, that's where I think that theory might be coming from. I don't think she has stated everything that she does is big and outrageous.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to her hair, her look, everything else.
I used to know a Dolly Parton super fan. Like a super fan. Like he had a room dedicated to her in her home. Like you walked in, it was like Dolly top to bottom.
I'm sorry to say this, but that sounds like every drag queen from our generation.
Okay, honestly.
But I never understood. I never understood fanaticism of any kind.
Yeah.
You know, I love certain songs, but I've never. For instance, I love Elton John, and I can sing. I can sing just like him. But
go ahead, break me off with a little some Elton John real quick.
No. That has to be done at Michael's Outpost.
Oh.
Right in front of the
I'm
piano.
trying to get an acapella out of him.
Right in front of the piano, and she has to be prepared.
Come on, Miss Randy. So that's
Hold on just a second. Hold on.
Oh, is she going to attempt this?
Here we go, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you from the phone to the show, Miss Randy. And Miss Randy.
Okay, we didn't promise.
Okay. Now what? Okay, hold on. Let me see. I'm not prepared.
Randy.
She's not.
But no, girl, not even.
Give us your best one, John. Just give us your best one.
You know what? I can do? I can do a second, because there is a song where he has a raspy voice.
Okay.
And all right. Don't wish it away. Don't look at it like it's forever.
Yes.
Between you and me, I can honestly say things can only get better.
There you go, girl.
See?
Okay,
Oh,
Queen.
okay, Queen. So there we go.
Okay.
We got a little bit of the style to Miss Randy.
Yes.
Yeah, that was just
Yeah,
a
you
little
brought
Elton
it. You
John.
brought it. I'm not even mad at it. I'm over here like, okay, I see you, girl.
Now, see, that's Elton John post cocaine.
Post cocaine.
Because I could never do cocaine Elton.
Okay.
Elton couldn't do cocaine Elton at this point. No way in hell. You know, Rocket Man. Rocket Man was cocaine Elton.
Yes, yes, it was. Yes, it was. What'd you think of the movie? Honestly,
You know what? I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really a good, fun tribute to his life. And you know what the tea is about Elton John? Everybody who has ever been interviewed about Elton John back in the day says that he could drink and snort your black ass under the table.
oh Lord Jesus, I believe
Lord
it.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
Is
Believe
the
it. That was
Lord.
back in the wild days, 60s and 70s, where they lived that lifestyle. Like, that was normal to them.
But you know what? He didn't lose any money. Here's the thing. He and Elton John and Boy George had one thing in common. They never lost money behind drugs because when they went to a party, the drugs were free.
Yeah. They get the hookups all the time.
And I read Boy George's book, Take It Like a Man, and his autobiography.
You heard her giggle, take it like a
Okay.
man.
The squeal that came after.
that little giggle. Go ahead, girl.
And every time
Can you take
he
it like
flew
Randy?
on the Concorde, he was sitting next to Joan Collins, and every damn time he started to get the DTs, if you will, and because he was on heroin at the time, so every time he sat next to Joan Collins, he threw up.
Oh, wow.
On the Concorde. On the Concorde.
On the Concorde. Next to Joan Collins. Every time?
Yeah. Every time.
Wow.
We was always
I'm gonna pull a young card here. Who's Joan
because
Collins?
Joan Collins lived in England when she was filming Dynasty, and she would go back and forth on the Concorde.
Let me Google
Like a bus.
Okay, Randy, let me stop you there because Julio just had a question, and he said,
Who is Joan Collins? And
Eh.
I really don't know, girl. It's an age gap situation. Girl.
"Oh, she's got something in her mouth. She's drinking something.
Okay.
She's about to. You gonna get red?
No.
Go ahead.
That's
girl.
like saying,
Oh, Joan Collins.
like
Yeah.
saying-
I just forgot that was her name. I know her face. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Alexis Carrington. Actually, her character's name was Alexis Morel Carrington Colby Dexter.
She knew the whole name, bitch. What's her social security number?
Because I loved the show when I was little.
That's crazy. That's more y'all's generation. I don't
You know
mean
what?
any like shade by it.
I'm gonna say it like this: my entire family would rush to the TV to watch Dynasty in Dallas
Damn.
every Friday. My entire family.
Yeah.
Julio,
Yeah. What's up?
I was too young. To do the parties, but Queens used to have dynasty parties
What?
at the bars and in their homes. When it was on. I think it was on Thursday.
Yeah, so this was a thing. This was an event.
And yes, it was a phenomenon.
Because I was telling them Betty White's story about gay bars also doing the same thing. They would,
Yes.
when Golden Girls would come on, I think it was Friday or Saturday nights. And Saturday nights, and the bars would turn the music off, and the dancing would stop, and everybody would rush to the TV to watch Golden Girls.
Girl, if they did that nowadays,
I
people
never-
would freak the
I
fuck
never-
out. People get upset.
But I was never at that.
Yeah, we were too young. We
were too young.
That story I got from Betty White. But Randy and I were too young. We couldn't go to the gay bars at the time because that was
Y'all didn't sneak in.
no.
We were
Like everybody else?
We were literally children.
Oh,
We were like 11 years old, 12 years old, and shit. So I was in the bars. Don't get it twisted.
Oh.
I was in the bars at 16.
yes, I
I
can
was
see
at
that.
JR's in the mining company.
Yes,
At
queen.
16. At Heaven. And Heaven, which I didn't really care for Heaven. But
What was heaven
my
like?
favorite bar,
What was the environment?
my
there?
favorite bar was the mining company because I always liked bars. Not, you know what I mean?
I went to the corner, the dark corners, and
Cold,
yes,
cold and dark,
okay.
and rough trade.
Period.
That's my style, honey.
You know, my favorite thing was to stand by the nut barrel, and I'd just be eating nuts out of the barrel.
I stopped doing that.
did not.
Right
I
before,
know.
Girl.
Randy told me the story too. I said, "Well, too late."
right. I was unaware, so I didn't do it intentionally.
But you know what? The tea is, honestly, maybe people did pee in that barrel, but
Oh, that was
nuts
the only
are
thing.
but nuts are inside the shell. So the shell was the outside. So yeah,
I also heard roaches would crawl all around them barrels.
oh,
Yeah.
rat. One
Yeah.
night, a rat
Rats, roaches.
crawled over my foot,
Ugh.
and I lost it. I mean,
My memory
lost
of
it.
mining companies that
I was screaming. I ran out of the bar screaming.
yes, bitch. I can imagine, girl.
My goodness.
The old expression,
Mm-hmm.
take the bitter with the sweet, and sometimes you just have to take the bitter with the sweet.
I feel like I could listen to Randy talk all goddamn day. Literally.
I know.
One time at the Outpost, I've never really tipped a stripper. Not really. And so at the Outpost one night, just for fun, I tipped a stripper a napkin.
I'm sorry, you tipped the stripper a napkin.
I folded it up and tipped him a napkin. And he said, "What? Wait." He was dancing, and he had that look on his face like, "What? Wait, what's going on?"
Okay.
And he reached around and pulled the napkin out, and he looked at me and looked at the napkin, looked at me, and I said, "Who would do something like that? How weird."
Not me. Never.
And another time at the Pacific Street Station back in the day, I tipped a stripper an AIDS pamphlet.
A what?
An AIDS pamphlet.
Oh.
A little leaflet.
Oh my god.
Well, she was looking out for the community.
She
I
was.
guess.
She was doing the service.
Yes.
She was doing
To
the
the-
public service.
right.
The community in mind all the time. As I grab strippers' junk
say
and
during
tip
my
them an
day,
AIDS
the-
leaflet.
When I got to enjoy mining companies right at the end, right before they closed. And so my experience of money was a little bit different. I do remember they used to have some really beautiful dancers there.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
I love the dancers at Mining
Oh
Company.
my God.
I had a favorite who said hello to me every time I came in the Mining Company
Oh.
because I had seen him at a bar on Kirkendall a couple of times.
Yeah.
What was that bar called?
That's where Ed and Nicole Smith used to go.
The lesbian bar on Quickendall.
Well, it wasn't a lesbian bar,
Well,
but
it was supposed to be.
it was
Girl, no.
Berry Hill.
Berry Hill. Yes, ma'am.
I used to go there. The funny thing is about that, I used to go there when I was a kid, and before we met in my 20s, and of course I met you when I was 26. But anyway, that was a long time. Anyway, the point is, I used to go there, and Aaron Nicole's girls and Nicole Smith's girlfriend used to go there. She owned a Wolf's Nursery.
Mm-hmm.
Bobo Dyke, redhead, ugly bitch. Anyway, she used to say, and Nicole left me.
Mm-hmm.
You know who my girl? And it's like, bitch, shut up.
Okay, nobody knows. Shut up. Keep it
Stop
moving.
name dropping.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you used to lick Anna Nicole. So
So what? So what?
Oh my god!
you know what? You know what they
You
say.
know this is
You know
going
what
out
they
into.
say.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you know what they say.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of fish in the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So go lick another fish.
Go lick another dish.
I think he woke Julio up today because Julio was dragging.
I'm dragging today, girl. I'm about to go to Starbucks
But
after
he
this.
has not stopped laughing, girl. Girl, thank you for being on the show. You,
I enjoyed listening to you talk.
I know. I can't. You know,
He's got good stories. I feel like he's holding back, but I know he's got good stories.
I'm sure we're
Girl.
gonna investigate a few more
We
stories.
need to have him over, go over his house, and just bring wine or something, entertain
Oh,
her.
shit.
And
Mhm.
I have a feeling once the alcohol hits, she'll start talking and let us know all the stories and all the tea. I feel like she ran Montrose at one point.
I did, actually.
Okay, I knew it.
Ask Joe back in the day when me and my sister Roberta went out on the town. We went out on the town.
Mamas.
Mm-hmm.
We used to do cartwheels in the bars, and one time my sister Roberta did a cartwheel on the bar at Decades.
Mm-hmm.
She got up.
Mm-hmm.
That was an old bar. Julio, you never.
That was before my time.
That was
I'm 35.
That was before your time. Yeah.
No,
Mm-hmm. It's
not really before his time, but it's been about 15 years since Decades was closed. So
yeah, because I didn't start coming out to Montrose till after 2010, 2012-ish. Because I moved to Texas in 2010, and I didn't really come out. I wasn't really out yet, and I wasn't really out in the bar scenes yet till like around 2 years later after moving, when I finally was like, I'm tired. I need to go find me the gays. Mm-hmm. And I found I was living in League City at the time, so I would drive 45 minutes to Houston just to party, and slowly met my group of friends, and then would start hanging out. But so to me, Montrose at the time was whatever was there in 2012, which was JR's. 611 was still there, but I never went there. I don't think George had opened yet.
I would have loved to see you during your straight phase.
Okay, I was just
Straight
I was
phase.
real butch.
Yeah, he went through his straight phase, girl.
I was
Bless
closeted,
his
girl. Yeah, bless her heart. She was closeted. She
You know,
thrived
I
in
never-
the closet.
I don't know why were you in the closet?
Girl, I don't even know myself. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Well,
I guess I was a late bloomer. I will say this: when it came to my sexuality, I was a late bloomer.
Well,
and I
was it familial? Was that the issue? Was it your family that you were worried about coming out?
at first, yeah. Honestly, it was.
Yeah, because it couldn't be society at your age.
No,
Because your age, like I said, Will and Grace was on TV, and there are all these shows representing gay people in a positive way.
And for me, it was more just about discovering myself first before I came out to my family. And then once I was ready to come out to them, I came out. But then it was a process for me. Like, it was a slow process for me to fully get up. But I knew internally, I was like, I know I'm gay. Like, I know it. Mm-hmm. Even if I try to hide it, even if I try to... And I never wanted to become like that husband, like you was just talking about earlier, where, they're in their 30s and they're married to these women and they having children with them knowing damn well they're gay. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to be that guy. So
You don't want to do that to a woman.
No, not at all.
And especially do that to children.
So I remember, like, the last
That's
girlfriend
cool.
I had, I just broke up with her. Like, and I didn't even have, like, she was such a good person that I had no reason to break up, but I had to find a reason, bitch.
I'm a little bit. I'm going to go down this road. For a little bit because I'm not going to 100% say that the couple who has the bar in Crosby is gay. It's possible they could be bisexual.
Fine.
It could be. It is possible.
Well,
because they're
but you know what?
younger.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what they are, and it's sad to say this. They're diabolical because they are together. It's not like
I wonder if the wives kind of know they're in on it. They have
this
to be
is their
at some
plan.
point.
No, these men are manly men. But you can't get past me, honey. Sure.
Miss Randy don't play. You can't get no
And
past her.
I've done my research. So, because I was
Hands
curious.
on
I was,
and in the library.
I was curious. So, honey, call me Angela Lansbury. But I was on the case. And I found out the real juice.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I
So,
don't
no,
think this
they're
juice-
for real.
I don't
They're
think
for
this
real.
Juice should be shared too much on the air.
Fuck it.
No,
Expose
I
them
agree.
bitches. Expose them.
Oh, no. I don't want to ruin their careers because that's not cool.
Especially
We
if
could,
we,
use, we could use the views. We could use the likes. We could use the shit.
No, we don't need
no,
we don't need that.
we don't need to do that. We don't need
I
to
like
do
that.
that.
I'm
We're
joking.
not going to.
I'm joking.
Yeah, we need to keep everybody's thing journey is their
I'm
own
joking.
thing.
Or am I?
Yes.
Or am I?
Mhm.
Or am I?
Don't let me be the one because those bitches I might get my throat cut.
Okay. There's some country gang,
Bullet ain't got no name, honey.
Yeah, exactly.
bitch. They will pull out a gun on you. real quick.
Exactly.
Or a bullet might have a name. Just for me.
Some people will keep that hidden to the point that you will be buried in somebody's backyard.
Okay.
Girl,
That
don't
part.
let me get a hollow point to the head.
Not the hollow point.
Girl, not the hollow point. Come on.
I might go through my head and kill somebody else, like my mom.
Okay.
I don't want to kill my mom. I love my mom.
Okay.
Why are you going to kill my mom?
Oh my god.
Oh my God, girl. You are giving us everything right there.
Period. Here,
And you weren't even sure you wanted to even do it.
right. We caught you by
Well,
surprise
this is
last
just
time.
a quick drive-by.
So, I
I'm
love
sorry.
we love the drive-by.
Definitely. No, thank you. Thank you for talking
Girl,
with us
we're
today.
about listen, we're about to have the early bird special around here. You know,
You getting the warm?
I live with the old folks, so we're about to have the early bird special.
Which is dinner.
Tweet.
At 4 o'clock in the
Exactly.
Okay.
Dinner. 4 o'clock, yeah.
because these seniors like to eat super early.
Yeah, they didn't.
All those eat early.
So, yes,
But
but it was fun. It was real.
it was real.
It sure was.
It
Miss
sure
Randy.
was, Miss Randy. We enjoyed having you on the show,
Well, I enjoyed being had.
and you can always.
And it's been a long time since I've been had.
Okay, girl.
Just letting you know.
She just letting y'all know out there. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
A long time.
We have to call this segment.
Now about-
Also with Miss Randy.
Now about 25, yeah.
So,
Anyway.
so as an old joke I don't know if anybody out there, how long y'all might have been listening to the show as an old joke Randy and I used to do. Basically, but Randy's Kitchen has been closed down for about 25 years.
Okay.
Somebody needs to if anybody needs to reopen their kitchen business,
Not in this day and time.
call Randy because her kitchen,
I'm
although
not trying to get no COVID.
although abandoned,
We'll get you some vaccinated tray, girl. Don't worry.
the machinery still works.
We'll get you with a booster tray,
Yeah, exactly.
everything. You name it,
Exactly.
we find it for you.
Exactly. We we can do research too. We can hunt down vaccination cards.
Some vaccinated dick, mama.
Exactly. So get that reopen that kitchen, girl.
Look at that guy. She's
Yo.
listening. She's like,
Look. Okay.
okay. She didn't say no.
She said
But
She didn't say no.
no, ain't nothing like that gonna happen. You know,
you never know, Randy. You never
Why
know.
not, Miss Randy?
I'm as pure as a driven snail.
Life has. Our lives have been full of surprises. So you never know that kitchen
All right,
will reopen
well.
anytime soon.
Well, it was good to talk to you guys.
It was
Likewise. Thank you, honey. We
And
enjoyed you.
enjoy the rest of your show.
good to do.
Oh, thank you, love.
Thank you so much, girl.
Have a good night. Be careful.
My
Be
pleasure.
safe. Enjoy your dinner.
All right.
We'll talk to you next time.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. As you could hear, that was
Oh, Miss Randy is entertaining as fuck. I love her. I never met her, but I can already tell me and her would get along just fine.
she is a wonderful storyteller,
I can tell. I can see it.
and you know
I think she got stories for days.
she got stories for
Hell,
days.
she's got stories for days.
She's got stories for days.
She'll let us know about the shit that went down before it went down.
Some of her stories surprised me too, because I'm like, girl, we're the same age. When did this happen? Because
Right.
I was nowhere when my friends. She's not one of my.
How did you meet Miss Randy?
Let's see. Okay, so we met.
When you were
So-
26, she said.
I'm 27. I was 27 at the time, and I was with my friend David and a couple of his friends, and they had taken me to this bar that I had never been to called Decades.
Okay.
I'd been, I'm one of those girls. I was in Montrose, so I didn't go to a lot of places outside of Montrose.
Right.
So we went there like after work. It was just an after work thing.
Yep.
And we were sitting there, and it turns out my friend David knew Randy, but they don't really get along.
David and Randy don't get along?
They don't really get along.
Why?
I don't understand. I don't
As
know.
Miss Randy would say, what's the tea?
I really don't know, and I'm not going to put it out there and
You do
all
know.
this other stuff.
And I wanted you to put it out there.
But here's
Let's-
that's how.
on
But,
that little messy gay talk show.
but I will say this: Randy and I hit it off the first 2 minutes we started talking.
Period.
There was a bartender there that was. She was a mess. I mean, she was a
Aren't
mess.
they all,
She was
for the
a
most
mess. She was always late. She always had something to say, and her and Randy would go off all. Her and Randy would go off all. Randy is better at telling this story.
Oh.
I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna bring this up because I'm gonna let him tell this story.
Her and that bartender, they fooled around or what?
No, they didn't fool around.
Oh.
This was like. I'm not even gonna say frenemies. I mean,
Oh Lord, one of those.
they read each other. To filth.
They love to hate to love
Yes, exactly.
each other, and every time they came across each other, it was just a read fest. From the moment they said hello, even with the tone of voice, to the moment they said, "Okay, girl, bye."
So I'm gonna save that story next time Randy calls in. I'm gonna have Randy tell that story
Yeah.
because there are details in that story that I could never get right
Okay,
because
and she's got a good memory. I can tell.
she's got a good memory. And it's not that I don't have a good memory; it's just that she tells stories better than I do.
Yeah.
So I let her when we're in a group of people or
Yeah.
whatever, and we're telling stories about when we met and everything else. I let her tell the stories, and then I pop in with whatever little
The
thing,
little anecdotes.
yeah, little anecdotes or little what do they
Fun
call it in
facts.
literature? Oh, not the bibliography, the little thing at the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with the asterisk next to it.
Yeah,
the footnotes.
yes, that
I
one.
add in the footnotes while he's telling the story.
Yeah.
So, that story, I mean, it's just amazing. But that's how I met him. I met him at Decades. He swears up a God I met him at something called the Bunny Hop or the Bunnies on the Bayou.
Oh,
And I'm like, I never met.
that was still around y'all's time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Girl, that still goes on too.
Yeah. I think that's been going on even before my time.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I
that's
think.
a whole event.
Yeah. But,
Okay.
yeah, so Bunnies on the Bayou. He swears up and down we met there, and I said I'd never been to Bunnies on the Bayou. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I've never been. You keep mixing me up with all these other black
Oh my
people.
God.
I have never been to Bunnies on the Bayou.
I would love to go back in time at least once and see y'all in your heydays back in Montrose. Like I can tell Miss Randy just ran Montrose at one point. She was known. She knew everybody. I could tell her personality. She knew everybody, and everybody knew her type thing.
She is that girl. And by the way, when we have gone out together, it's like people will go, Miss Randy, how you been? Where you been? And blah blah blah. And these are
Older queens.
These are older queens
That
and
still-
everything.
they remember her and they're just surprised to see her there. Oh my God, bitch,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Aw.
Older queens our age. It's like
And I still do that to some of the girls that like some of the patrons and that may or may not been my patrons, but I remember them from the bar scenes, and I know the ones that disappear and they come back after like a year, 2, 3 years. And I'd be like, bitch, how are you? And they look at me like, you remember me? And I was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally, I'll even remember their drink. Like, if they've been gone too long, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll just be like, hey, but I can remember the face. I'm like, bitch, I remember your face. I remember like, taking care of you, blah, blah, blah. And oh, wow. Like, they feel special about that. Like, oh, wow, you remember. Like, that's nice. Thank you.
You know, because I've lived and worked in Montrose for so long, there are people who know, who take one look at me and know exactly who I am. Because they've seen me either at a bar, they've seen me work in the bar, they've seen me
At the bathhouse.
they've seen me
On Grindr.
on
Scruff.
I keep telling you,
Bumble.
I do not have a Grindr account. Grindr is for young people.
That's true. Instead, what do you have?
I have Growler and I have Scruff.
Period. Get your life together.
I'm appropriate, okay?
And she has the pro accounts, too.
I'm appropriate. So there we go. I still find the idea of men over 40 or even over 50 still being on Grindr. I just find it distasteful.
But here
if you want
here
to
you
do
are.
it, if you want to do it, that's fine. I'm not judging you, but for me, it's distasteful. So that's why I'm not on Grindr.
Oh, that makes sense.
So
Instead, we're moving on to Growler and Scruff. Which,
we're moving out to Growler and Scruff because at least if a 20-year-old approaches me on Growler,
they know what
he's hairy as hell, and I could care less.
They're signing. They know what they're signing.
They're
up
not.
for.
They know exactly. They signed on.
Right. They not being picky, judgy. They're just like,
exactly.
They take you for who you are.
And if you're being
They accept you
judgy
for your beauty standards.
and I'm gonna be honest, I can understand you being a little judgy on Scruff, but if you being judgy on Growler, honey, get off Growler.
Oh. First come, first service.
That's all I gotta say. Just get off Growler because you're gonna get what you're gonna get on Growler. You might actually have a good time too. So, but you're gonna get what you're gonna
Should we go
get.
visit Miss Randy one of these days?
We are gonna go. I think so.
Why not? I'm down for a road trip.
But he lives with his parents, so that would have to be a little tricky.
True.
That
So
might
he
have to be-
takes care of his parents.
Yeah. So that might be a little tricky. So next time I think I'll talk to him, I'm going to ask him about that little bar he was
Or we
talking
could do
about.
even like a. Does he have an iPhone or anything? FaceTime, Zoom. Just a little like you go webcam. Make it easier on him. We'll just call him webcam.
Okay.
Put a face to the name.
Okay. See, I want you to remember
Not even
this.
webcam, but
I want you to remember this look when you just literally said FaceTime and Randy in the same sentence.
it ain't gonna work. She ain't got it like that.
She barely knows how to use her cell phone,
Oh,
and and she will tell you the same thing.
damn.
So
phone
when
she
you
have?
when you say things like FaceTime, she has an Android.
Okay, we can make it work.
Yeah, when you say
Zoom.
things like FaceTime or Zoom, no,
We lost her.
She's lost.
We lost her.
She actually think those words mean the actual definition of what those words are.
Zoom. Wow, we say Zoom, and now our instincts. To
Yeah,
do this.
exactly. So it might be something we might have to work with because she wants to come over to the house.
But we are doing, but we're gonna try to do new interviews here pretty soon and get people on the show. And now with all this, I think we're gonna go virtual with a lot of these interviews here pretty soon, which should be pretty fun.
Yeah.
we're gonna have a good time with those. So y'all stay tuned for. We're trying to arrange some stuff to come on and make it happen.
I said what I figure out. I said when I get some local people into the studio. But
Yes.
yeah, I want to go across the internet and talk to different people, get them on the show for 5 minutes or half an hour or an hour. However you want to do it, we're good with it.
Yeah.
Just let us know because we are good with it. You can let us know at littlegaytalks@gmail.com if you want to, if you're interested.
All our social media, slide in our DMs.
Yeah, slide in our DMs. It's fine. If you're sliding into our DMs, don't be disappointed if Julio doesn't answer. It's probably going to be me. So there we go. So deal with it.
Boom. There you go, bitches.
And don't tell me in the DMs, oh, I think you're so hot. And then I have to go, who you talking about, Julio or me?
But yeah. So what do you think, mamas? You think we got a good show so far?
I think we got a good show. I think we
That's
had
my
a great
best friend.
show.
That's my best friend, Jericho. I'm gonna try to get him on the show too. Like he's funny. You and him would get along extremely well because you're both like comic book people, and like he likes that. Like y'all would have. I would probably be sitting here just watching y'all talk. You like him. He's a good guy.
So yeah, I'm down for that. We could expand
Period.
out to nerd territory because I love nerd territory. I love nerds. to let y'all
And
know.
if you guys like want to reach out to us and be interviewed or just sit on the show or something, if you're local, we'll come to you and whatnot. Just let us know.
Yeah.
But we're gonna try to start finding more interviews to do and more content to bring to our peoples and keep it refreshing, keep it interesting because there's only so much they want to hear of us talk before you know.
Yeah, but we still talk about interesting stuff. We are two interesting people.
I mean, have you seen us?
Have you seen us?
Hello.
Julio just got a haircut. Look at him,
Yeah,
y'all.
I mean,
Look
literally
at him.
came fresh from the barber right now. Shout out to my barber, Adrian Santos.
What's that song go? So fresh and so clean.
So fresh and so clink, clink. Ain't nobody dope as me. We don't got money to sing the rest of the song. Ain't nobody's gonna pay your publishing, so we're gonna not sing your song. Well,
I was just gonna go with so fresh and so clean. You went on.
I went up, and then I realized, like, wait, copyright infringement shit, and we ain't got time for that.
Julio Briseño at Julio Briseño. At Julio Briseño and on any of his social networks if you have a problem with that.
So, well, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you so much. I don't know why he's looking at me while he's
It's
saying
just
it.
like confirming.
Thank you for watching,
Yeah.
Julio, because you are awesome. You are great.
Thanks.
And
Tell me more about myself.
I am like a genius for, picking someone up off the street, dusting them off, getting them a little airtime.
Well, we'll talk about you later. Meanwhile, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching us. We do love you. We do appreciate you. We are definitely working on bringing you guys more content, something different, something new. We have some stuff lined up. Just stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. We don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet, but we are we're constantly throwing ideas at each other. So,
All right, it's time to clock out, girl.
peace out, Girl
Peace.
Scout.
Clocking out.